Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today in this video we are going to learn about ATAN function in Salesforce, and we are going to learn this concept in Salesforce Lightning as well as a classic interface. So let's proceed and firstly understand what does we mean by a ATAN function. So ATAN function is one of the mathematical function of a Salesforce, and it is used to do the trigonometric calculation. The ATAN is known as a arctangent in Salesforce, and this function is used to find out the inverse tangent of an angle or the value that you pass to that particular function. It mostly used in Salesforce when you want to find out the radian value between the range of minus pi by 2 to the pi by 2. So let's proceed and see its syntax, how you can write this ATAN function in Salesforce. So here the syntax is given on your screen, and you can see that in the ATAN function you can pass the value as a number, field or formula parameter, and make sure that the value is a constant, a number or a complex formula, but it must be of a number type or a numerical type, you can say that. And it is used to find out the inverse of the tangent value. So now let's proceed and learn with the example how you can use this ATAN function to find out the inverse of a tangent value in Salesforce Lightning. So here I log in into my Salesforce account as an administrator, and by default I logged into the home page of some application that is set as a default. Now to redirect to the main home setup page, you need to click on the gear icon, and from here you need to click on the setup option. Once you do that, it will take you to the page that is visible on your screen right now. Now on the top of the navigation bar we have a object manager. Now click on it, and here it will show you the list of all the objects that are available in Salesforce, either it is a custom or a standard one. Now it's time to find out the object on which you want to use the ATAN function. Let's pose an example. I want to track a customer certification of the lead. So here I search for the lead as an object in the quick find box that is given on the right side. So once I type a lead, it will give me research and I will click on that. Now once I click on the lead, it will take me to the page that is particular to the lead object, and here on the left side bar we have a fields and relationship option. I click on that and it takes me to the page that shows me the list of all the fields that are already in Salesforce. Now as I want to create a new field because I want to use the ATAN function, I click on the new button given on the top. Once I click on that, it will take me to the page where we need to choose up the field data type. So as the ATAN function is a part of the formula data type, so we need to click on the radio button given next to it. Once I click on the next button, and it will take me to the step where we need to enter up the field label, field name and choose up the return type for the formula. So here I enter the field label as the customer satisfaction because I want to find out the customer satisfaction of the lead. So once I type a customer satisfaction, it's give me a field name automatically as a customer satisfaction because it is automatically populated on the basis of the field label that you entered. If you want to change it, you can also change that. Now you have to choose up the data type that will return the result according to your requirement. Here we have a multiple data type, but according to my requirement I need a number one. So I click on the radio button, and it shows me also option of setting a decimal places. By default its value set to the 2 position. Now I click on the next button and proceed to the next step, and once I move to the next step, it will take me to the page where we have to enter up the advanced formula for calculating the inverse of the tangent value, and here I want to compute the customer satisfaction of the lead. So here we need to create up the formula, and on the right side we have a function categories. As I told you, it is a part of the mathematical function, so you need to choose up the math function, and here we get a list of functions that are under this math category. Here we find the ATAN function that returns the arctangent for the number in radians. I select this function, and after that I click on the insert selected function button that is given under this box. Now we have to replace the parameter with the required formula. So now here I replace it and click on the insert field button to enter up the field. Here I have entered the field first as a positive review. Here we have already created field in a Salesforce under this lead object, that is a positive reviews. I click on that and click on the insert button. After that I want to add a divide operator, so I click on the insert operator button, and from here I choose up the divide as a operator. After that, I want to add one more field, that is a negative review. So I again click on insert field and search for the negative field from the list. So here I get it and I click on the insert, so it automatically added. Now to check it whether it is correct or not, I click on the check syntax box. Now it shows me that there is a no error, the function correctly finds, so it means the function is without any error and we can proceed to our next step. Basically in this formula we are calculating the customer satisfaction by using the positive reviews and the negative reviews. And firstly we divide the positive review field with the value of the negative review, and then we use the ATAN function to calculate the result. The next thing we have a description and the help text. If you want, you can add the description and help text to give additional information. Even you can handle the blank fields if you want, and it will gives you a two option to set it as a 0 or a blank. Now you need to click on the next button and proceed to the next step, and once you proceed to the next step, it will take you to the step where you will need to select the appropriate level of security. In this case, you have to choose up the profile to whom you want to grant the added access of this particular field. The field will be hidden from all the profile if you don't want to add it to the field level security. It has two kind of a permission, visible and the read only. You can set it as your requirement, and here you can see that you are not able to change the read only visibility. So you are only able to set up the visible access of this profile. So if you want to grant it, you can check the checkbox. If you want to revoke it, you have to uncheck the checkbox and do the needful. After that, you need to click on the next button and proceed to the next step. Once you move to the next step, it will take you to the page where you have to set up the page layout, and this field will be added as a last field in the first two column of the section. And if you doesn't select the page layout, it will not appear on that particular page layout. So here we have a multiple page layout, and by default all are selected. If you want to uncheck some of them, you can do that. Otherwise you need to click on the save button to successfully save this. So once I click on the save button, it successfully created up the formula for the customer satisfaction, and we use the ATAN function of a Salesforce in it. Now we will proceed and learn how we use the ATAN function to calculate the inverse tangent value in Salesforce Classic. And for this, we firstly need to redirect ourselves to the Classic interface. So I click on the profile. From here, I will get an option of a switch to a Salesforce Classic. I click on that. It will take me to the next tab, and here it will take me to the main home page of a Salesforce Classic interface. And to redirect yourself to the setup page of a Classic, I click on the setup option. Once I click on a setup, it will take me to the page of a Salesforce Classic setup. Now I scroll down, and on the left side I have a build section. Under this I have a customize drop down. I expand it, and after that here I have a orders as a object. This is a standard object, and here I click on that, and it shows me a different option, and I choose the fields as the option. Once I click on the fields option, it will take me to the list of the fields where we have a standard fields and the custom one. As I want to create one new custom field, I move to the custom field and relationship section and click on the new button. Once I click on the new button, it will take me to the page where we have to choose up the data type according to the specific type of information that you want to include it. So here the ATAN function is used in the formula data type. So I click on the radio button next to it and click on the next button to proceed to the next step. Once I move to the next step, it will take me to the page where we have to set up the field label and the field name and choose up the formula return type. So here I want to calculate the delivery accuracy of the order. So I set the delivery label as a delivery accuracy. And once I click on the field name, it automatically gets populated. Now I choose the formula return type as a number, and it gives me option of a setting up a decimal places. By default its value to the 2, but I change it to the 1, and after that I click on the next button to proceed to the next step. Now in the next step we have to create up the advanced formula by entering the formula in the editor, and here we are finding out the inverse tangent value of the delivery days accuracy estimation based upon the customer input. So here let's create a formula using the ATAN function. So here I enter up my formula. Now let's click on the check syntax button to check that whether it is correctly entered or not. So it's give that there is a no syntax error. It means my formula is correctly entered. So basically in this formula we are calculating the delivery accuracy, and we determined it on the basis of the actual delivery days and the predicted delivery days, and we subtract the predicted delivery days from the actual delivery days, and after that we divide it with the resultant of the predict and after that we divide the resultant value by the predicted delivery date, and finally we put all such things in the ATAN function to get the inverse value. So here you can also add a description and help text and handling the default blank fields, and I click on the next button to proceed to the next step. Now in the next step we have to establish the field level security, and if you want to give a grant access to particular profile to this field, you can set it up, and here you are only able to edit or the grant access for the visible access of the particular field of a particular profile. So here the read only option is already selected, so I doesn't make any changes, so I simply click on the next button and proceed to the next step. Here you need to choose the page layout on which you want to include this field, and here it is only one page layout that is by default selected, so I simply click on the save button to complete the process and save it. So it successfully created up the formula that calculates the inverse tangent value using the ATAN function in Salesforce Classic. So with this we have end our video and learn how to use the ATAN function in Salesforce. And if you like this video, click on the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Thanking you for watching and have a great day.